Hi friends, this is Dr. Anuj, and many times when I go to connect with a lot of spiritual people and a lot of people outside in the world, they always ask me that, sir, can you give a scientific connect to spirituality? So can you prove God's existence in 5 minutes? Some things are the questions they are always asking. So sometimes I always think how to give that, but then I gave a thought yesterday, and I'm here with a small experiment to show you how you can prove God's existence in not more than 5 minutes. Are you ready for it? Okay, here we go. So here I have a small particle of silicon dioxide, what we call in chemical science as SiO2, which is a material simple made of dust. Now what happens in this material is it is made of silicon atoms and it is made of 2 oxygen atoms. 8 silicon and 2 oxygen atoms. So silicon dioxide is the constitution of this small little particle of dust. Now in this particle of dust, what is happening, if you go deep inside the scientific study, there is electron microscope, and if you go deep into the study of one article, always understand this one thing, that if you understand one cell of the body can make you understand the entire universe, because the Lord has made the entire universe made into similarity with any small cell of the body. It is completely the same. How? Let's go. Because there is a nucleus, from there are electrons, from there these atoms are revolving in the orbits, and then there is a cell, right? So the nucleus forms the crux of the cell. Similarly, in this silicon dioxide, there is a nucleus, there are orbits, and there are various orbits in which the electrons are revolving. You may call it as the p orbit, the f orbit, and so many orbits are there. So 8 silicon and 2 oxygen radicals. Now the question is that if we analyze by electron microscope how these electrons are moving inside the orbits of this silicon dioxide, how are they moving? According to Newton's first law, it is said that a inert object cannot move from point A to point B unless an external unbalanced force is applied. Any object which is an innate object cannot move from point A to point B unless there is an external unbalanced force which is applied to displace that particle. So my question to you all is a simple question. People ask big questions. How is God existing? Can you prove God? My question to you is, can you prove to me that how is the silicon dioxide radicals moving inside the orbits of this SiO2, my dear friends? Can you please explain me that? You may say that there is some energy which is causing the displacement of the movement inside the orbits. But sir, where does the energy come from? You are not giving that energy. He is not giving that energy. Nobody is giving that energy. Where is the energy coming from? So you may say that it is the energetic from where the energy is coming from. So okay, let's go to another question, that there is someone somewhere who is giving that energy, because Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that the Prakriti works under my control. So Krishna says that Prakriti se jo energy aa rahi hai, from there that energy is getting transmitted to these electrons, and from there these electrons are moving. So my question is, where does the energy come from, sir? You are not giving the energy. Where is the energy coming from? Simple question. I am a cardiologist. There is a heart. There is a movement of the heart from the birth. Where does that heart is getting the electrical energy which is causing the heart to move? The science is giving big directions about how the whole movement, how the space is connected, but it is not able to say that when a body is born, where does that energy come from for that heart to move? We may call it X, Y, Z, we may call it soul, we may call it Atma, we may call it anything. But similarly to the soul which is giving the energy to the heart to move, and there is a movement of the heart for the entire dimension of the life, similarly the inside particles of the silicon dioxide are revolving inside the electrons, the orbits of this P, F and different orbits which are revolving, but nobody is giving the energy, sir. So if I have to prove God's existence, it is very easy. You can go to any extent to prove it, but some who are simple at heart will always understand it. Some who are very complex will never understand it. So let's leave it. to consider, a second topic to consider who that energetic is and where that energy comes from. But let's end it here by considering that there is some energy which is moving the electrons inside this silicon dioxide right here. Thank you so much.